As the school year comes to an end, many parents are already asking, what are my kids going to do next year? Well, next year is now less than 3 months away.
Yeah, the kids are asking that too, by
Right.
the way. So we reached out to nearly 150 school districts in our region to find out what their plans are. And tonight, only on 2, investigator Robert Arnold talks to a dozen superintendents about what's in store for students and, of course, the challenges of education in a pandemic world.
From drive-by graduations to socially distant playdates, was the end of the school year an aberration or a glimpse of life going forward?
Today, we're not real sure what school's going to look like in the fall.
Channel 2 Investigates organized a virtual town hall with more than a dozen superintendents from districts large and small, urban and rural, public and charter.
Does anybody really envision that school is going to go back to exactly the way it was last year? Anybody?
I'd be less than honest if I said anybody's got a set plan right now.
Maybe not a set plan, but most districts know how our children are educated will change.
If you want access to distance learning, you'll have access to distance learning. If you want access to the classroom, we're going to get you in the classroom.
Most superintendents say they'll use a blended or hybrid model, a mix of virtual learning with standard classroom education.
And this is all just hypothetical at this point, but it may mean we'll have 4th or 5th graders that are at school 2 days a week or 3 days a week.
The pandemic highlighted one of the biggest struggles in these districts, ensuring equal access to technology.
For a large majority, it looks like this, and it's a cell phone.
We're in a rural community, so trying to get internet to all of our students has definitely been a challenge.
We're having to take the technology to them at this time.
If you don't have access to that tool, your children are going to be they're going to be at a disadvantage, and many of those are the children who are already disadvantaged to begin with.
Each district told us it will be looking to legislators to help secure the funds needed to continue supplying technology to students.
We had to go into our operating capital in order to purchase hotspots and the service for those hotspots.
This month, Governor Greg Abbott launched a connectivity task force designed to bring the internet into more homes. But technology is only part of the equation.
Some are magical with online teaching and learning, and some struggle every step of the way.
We focus so much on the teaching side of things and not always the learning side of things.
Whatever plans are chosen, school district leaders say this pandemic is forcing them to have a deeper understanding of the strengths and weaknesses of both teacher and student.
This has allowed us to learn who they are and what they're good at.
Teachers have had to reprioritize their instruction. What is the most important thing that I need to teach this week?
And of course, there is the issue of districts working out the details of health and sanitation, even if students only go to campus part-time. The Centers for Disease Control just released its guidelines for a safe return, including no sharing, desks 6 feet apart, and children over 2 wearing masks.
He would never wear a mask. Would you wear a mask at school, buddy?
It sounds good in theory, but I don't know how they'll implement it in practice.
Nonetheless, each district is going to have to decide how best to handle this issue.
If kids come to a bus stop and they have a fever and it's being checked by a bus monitor or the bus driver, that kid won't be able to get on the bus.
Some parents are going to insist their child is not coming to school no matter what because they don't trust that they're not going to be exposed.
There's a myriad other decisions for schools to make, like will the school year start early? Will the hours of the school day change to accommodate children being in a home with parents who work off hours? Each district is in the midst of surveying parents and teachers to hear what works and what doesn't. The only thing that is certain,
I see no other way around school days looking different, school weeks looking different, and school years looking different.
It would be kind of interesting to bring the same group back in a month and see what decisions were made.
And we intend to do just that, since many of these decisions have yet to be made. On the homepage at click2houston.com, we have a comprehensive database from 20 counties for the parents of the 144 school districts in our region and the decisions each is making. Now, that database is a work in progress and will be updated as we get more answers. Robert Arnold, KPRC, Channel 2 News.